friends, and welcome to another gymnastics video with Miss Shelby. Today is the 22nd video, and today we'll be working on beam. So for this week, we've been working on those chassés. Just one more time, we did sideways chassés, and today we'll do those forward chassés. Remember, when you do a chassé, try to really be high up in the sky. So up, nice and tall. You want to have a high chassé with some good hang time in there. I want you to do this around your house, go around in the yard, make a race with a sibling, or mommy and daddy could get involved and race with you. That would be fun. So go ahead and do those chassés, get that heart pumping. And for our position this week, we're going to continue to do those straddle supports. So be sure to put your hands, whatever's comfortable, either do the back or the front. Miss Shelby is going to do the front. I can't lift up my legs yet. So if you need to bring them in a little bit to practice, to warm up to putting them straight out, it is very difficult to do. So spread those legs out if you can do it in kind of the butterfly position and go from there. Or if you can do it better back behind you, that's fine too. But they are very, very, very hard to do. So don't be disconcerted if you cannot do it yet. Miss Shelby has trouble doing these as well. So they are very hard to do. But for beam today, we will be doing a review on some more of the routine portions of the beam. Now, obviously we can't do the mount or the swing where we put our leg over nice and pointy straight. We can't practice the full mount where we swing our legs back behind us or do them in the plank position. So we're going to move on ahead and do the V-sits and the knee scales to stand up. So V-sit, first of all, if you're on your beam or if mommy and daddy has made you a beam or bought you one, that's cool too. You can put your hands behind you holding your beam, and you want to make sure that your body is tight on your beam, so squeezing nice and tight all the way through, and you're going to pop those feet up to the sky, and your body is going to make a V shape. Now, it is okay to hug the beam with your hands on the sides as well. Like your thumbs will be on top and the rest of your hand will be kind of below, but Miss Shelby's obviously not on a real beam. So this is the best we can do, because in the next portion of the routine, you go into straddle and swing your legs down and you pop up onto your knee. So go ahead and do 10 of those V-sits for me, and then we're going to pretend we've swung our legs. So go ahead and practice doing that straddle portion and popping your hands in the middle with those 10. And then we'll get up on our knee, because this is the next portion. It's a knee scale. You want your back foot flat on the beam like when we do a split, and this hand, or your hands in front. When you're on a real beam, you'll be cupping it with your thumbs again to be supportive, but obviously Miss Shelby's, again, not on a real beam. But I'm going to be looking forward, and my foot is going to be up like a puppy dog's tail. And that is your knee scale. Now, when you stand from a knee scale, this is very important. You're going to pull that foot into the hole between your hands and your knee. This next part's crucial. I have a lot of my friends try to stand up from here. Do not do that. Go back down, and you want to be looking up the whole time anyway, getting ready to stand. So I am almost ready to stand, but look at my back foot. I'm going to pop it up where my toes are on the beam. So practice, pop it up, boop. And then you're ready to stand. Your chest is up, you're looking forward. You're not as wobbly and wiggly. You're tight, whoop, and tall, and you can stand from your knee scale. I want you to practice doing that 10 times. I know it seems like a lot, but I have so many friends, probably 90% of them, who stand up with their chest down instead of chest up first, then stand. That is very, very important in the routine, because you're more likely to fall off of the beam, and it's proper to have your chest up nice and tall, ready to do your next move. Now, go Going on from there, we're going to work on our walks and pivots. Now, we've practiced walking a lot, so it won't take too much time, but really it's about the pivot. Now, next week I'm going to go into the pivot in more detail, but we're going to pivot at the end of our walk. So really we're going to work on that releve, staying on the line and especially looking at the wall, not looking at the beam. So you can have your arms out or up. I prefer up for when I walk on the beam. So I'm looking straight at the wall. Now when I get to the end, see how my feet are in front of me? I can't turn this way towards my front foot because I would fall over. You need to turn towards your back foot and pivot. Stay nice and tight on those tippy toes, and now you'll be able to walk all the way across to the other side. And look, whoop, squeeze. Yeah, there we go. You're able to go ahead and walk the other way. Go ahead and walk forward at least 5 times on the beam, and then we'll practice walking backward. So Miss Shelby's going to be up on her releve toes again, walking backwards, staying on that beam. Feel with it, or feel for it with your feet. And if it's better for you to go sideways arms, that's okay too. See, I'm feeling for the back. Oh, see, I found I didn't have any more mat. So now I'm ready to pivot. Squeezing tall, and then you may walk again backwards. Go ahead and practice walking backwards at least 5 times. Backwards is a lot harder, especially trying to look at the wall and feeling with that foot instead of looking down for where you need to go. I know it seems very difficult, but I have faith in you and I think you can do it. Now lastly, of course, we're going to practice that round off dismount. Now remember, mommies and daddies, if your child does not have a strong round off dismount, stay on their opposite side, or stay on their cartwheel leg side. For example, if you were spotting me, you would be on my left, and you're going to follow their hips through that round off. And when they hit that handstand, you'll have their hips, and that way if they were to lose the strength in their arms, you will have them so they don't fall and hit their head. Now, Miss Shelby, when she does it, I'm going to do my step kick, hands near the end of the beam, round off, stick it, don't jump, don't wiggle, display, do ta-da, wait just a second and then move. I want you to be sure to do about 10 of those dismounts with mommy and daddy's help if you need it. Of course, now we're going to go on to that forward and backward roll. Miss Shelby has been practicing, like I said. We're going to do that forward roll. Everyone knows how to do a forward roll. Push, push, push. Go all the way through. Up. Nice and tall. And now we're ready for that backward roll. Miss Shelby's going to try to remember to push with her hands so she can do a backward roll. Ready? And go, push, push, push. Almost. That was a very high candlestick. I rolled a bit too much on my neck. That means I'm not pushing enough with my arms. I'm basically trying to do a back extension roll, which is not what you're working on. You can bend your knees to pop down, but back extension roll is cool too. So if you're working on that, that would be awesome. Next, we're going to do those head and handstands. Headstand, remember, be next to something where your feet are free to flop around so you can practice bouncing. And on our handstand, do those shoulder touches first and then warm up on doing the turn and some by yourself. And last, that one-handed cartwheel, of course. Remember, starting where you are comfortable, pointy toes, kick, kick, kick. Oh, that one was a little bit wonky today, Miss Shelby. So continue practicing at that level that you are comfortable with. Now, for today, you need your beanie friend again. I got Mel again, hello. And he is going to help me to do walks on the beam with my beanie friend. Now, if you want to do a few more, I will grab some of my other friends because Miss Shelby's going to do several of them in a row. That way I can kick over them and do my walks. We're going to do the other walks now. We did our forward and backward walk when we were practicing our pivot. So now I'm going to practice our kick steps. So go ahead and do your kick, step, kick, step, kick, step. I have mine a little too spread out. But go ahead and do your kick steps over your beanie friends. You can even practice your jumps over your beanie friends on the actual beam. If you have one, you're trying to stay on the line. We're going to do a few of those on vault day, so I don't want to do them today. Just said, but if you'd like to on your beam, go right ahead. So those are kick steps. If you have a real beam, practice your dip steps where you dip. I'm going to come to the side where you dip your foot down below your beam and doing your dip steps. And last, for our cool down activity, we will be doing our 3 splits. Go ahead and do your good leg, cartwheel leg split. Foot flat on the floor. I'm going to move my beanie. And you're going to go down, 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 all the way into your split, making sure your hips are facing the wall. Holding it for 20 seconds. My bigger kids, 30, if you're level 1 and up, and then switch. Doing that opposite leg, flatten that back foot, scooching all the way down to where it's comfortable. Again, 20 seconds for my smaller children, 30 for my level 1s and up, even longer if you'd like to. And the middle splits, trying to stay on that line, knees up and going down on those elbows. Big kids, don't let your bottom come too far forward. You want your bottom and your hips in a straight line with your feet. So go down here. Miss Shelby is not quite flexible enough to do it yet, but I'm getting there. So maybe soon I'll get to go down on my elbows. Guys, I hope you had a wonderful day today. The picture I need you to post for the mat giveaway is our V-sit today. So mommy's nice. Be sure to take a picture of your lovely child doing that V-sit and post it in the comments down under on this Facebook message, and I will put them in the entry for the mat. Guys, have a wonderful day. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Thanks for coming. Bye.